All right, we're live. Okay, gosh, it's been a while. Let's see here. We're good. All right. I feel like there's a lot of lights going on. Is it better if I turn this off? We'll leave it. Oh well. I know there's a lot going on, but we're not on this. Daniel Marquez, what's up, dude? It's nice to be back. I'm having some issue connecting my device here. I don't know why. I'll have to figure it out later. I don't have enough time to figure that out, but what's up, Daniel Marquez? Now I've been gone for a minute, so I'm glad to be back here. Leave that there. Did want to talk about a few things today, as well as I did get access to Stacker World, so that's interesting. So we'll be looking at that today. I've been playing around it a little bit. I got access to it like, I don't know, less than a week ago, probably about a week ago at this point. But I don't know, I haven't really played around with it. Not sure what I'm going to use it for. It's nice to see like leaderboard and all that stuff, but I'm not sure how good it is to actually, you know, finding deals on the market, stuff that's underpriced, you know, locating things that are like low mint. You know, I'm not entirely sure. So, but it's nice to see everyone. Hope all of you guys watched Kid Arcade earlier today. He had a really fun stream doing the games and all the typical stuff he does. I was watching a little bit. I was busy with some other stuff, but yeah. Good to have you back. Thanks. Yeah, it's just this last month. I think last time I streamed was like about 3.5 weeks ago, like a month ago. It's just been absurdly busy at work and other things in like real life. So it's kind of winding down a bit. So I'm glad. I do have a bit more time now. What up, Vibes? Good to see you. Yeah. Mostly be in lurk mode. I have the mother-in-law here. No, that's what I figured. I'd expect like a big viewership or anything like that today. I kind of just wanted to pop on the stream, let people know I'm alive, and that I'm still here doing VV stuff. Still buying stuff on the market, obviously. So, it's time. Yes, it is. Pixel Trader. What's up? Luke says, "What's up? How you doing, Luke?" Hey, everyone. Hey, Bob and Pixel. Luke, hope everyone's having happy holidays. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a happy holidays. Bob Sales, same brother, happy Christmas to all. Yeah. How much longer do you have until Christmas? Right now we have technically 10 hours, but I feel like in Europe it's a bit sooner, right? Or are you guys behind? You guys are ahead, right? Technically. So. One and only. What's up? We vibing. Yeah, dude. D and dude, Hinano won a lot of gifts, or just a lot of rewards and stuff on Kid Arcade stream and stuff. So today, obviously, we're just be looking at the market, doing the typical stuff. Nothing too crazy. Might buy something on stream. We'll see. Might reward myself a little bit. Buy something cool. I know the market's been doing a lot of moves. I mean, of course, the 1 month I've been kind of, you know, MIA a little bit. Market starts really acting up, right? A lot of moves start happening. Crypto's doing well. OMI, Veve announcements, and you know, OMI utility and all that stuff. So a lot is going on right now. So great to see you. Happy holidays. Yeah, I thought that was a pack-a-punch on the thumbnail. Yeah, no, you got to get your pack-a-punch, Justin, your Juggernog, your double tap. Which double tap is overrated because it makes you spend twice as much ammo. You know, it's funny you mentioned that because Me and my siblings, I don't know, back in, I think last holiday, yeah, like Thanksgiving, we were playing some Call of Duty, mostly zombies. I do like playing zombies a lot. But yeah. So, but it does look like it, right? That's actually why I kind of want the, let me see the version on Veve, and I'll pull it up here in a second. I know I've been kind of big screening it. Get the pack-a-punch, right? Zombies is goated, yeah. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Yeah, I need to figure out why my screen always just goes like just stark white whenever I open up like a new window or browser or whatever, so I need to be careful with that. Playing some Christmas lo-fi, so I figured I would probably get copyrighted, but I really don't care. Like I'm just here to have fun with y'all. I don't know what's wrong with this. Let me fix this. Hopefully that works. Yeah, let's actually hop over and look at what we're looking at, you know? Do something else. Yeah, that looks like the Pack-a-Punch. The two I want the most, to be honest, is this one. I really like the look of this one as well. This one looks all right. But the 50s edition, I do think the 50s one is probably going to be one of the more popular ones. It's a really cool looking one. This is probably the one I want the least. I don't know why. This is the vending machine I grew up with, right? A lot of vending machines look like this. I mean, I was born in the 90s, but still there's a ton of vending machines, Coca-Cola and Pepsi vending machines that look just like this with the big white buttons. I think those would light up too, to show you like which one you could press or whatever. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I do put like dollars in there and all that stuff. And like, yeah, I don't know. These vending machines just look super cool. This one looks cool. Pause and refresh. I do like that one as well. It almost seems like the 60s and 70s one almost looks a little too identical. Obviously the 70s was really into like this like kind of like wood grain look thing for whatever reason, but I like this little knob turning thing. You like select what you want. You turn a knob. I don't know if you guys can see that. You like turn a knob and you select which one you want and then you pay for it. That's what it seems like. It even says right there, select drink first. So it used to be back then, I guess you would select your drink first and then pay for it. Obviously nowadays you pay for it and then you select your drink. Yeah, you put the coins in there and you select it. So I don't know. I'm probably not going to go for it on the drop. I mean, I might throw 20 gems at it just to see if I land the secret rare. But I'll probably just end up buying this one or even potentially this one. I like this one the most because, like you said, it looks like the Pack-a-Punch, right? So, okay, going to listen mode. Hope everyone has a great day. Thanks, Daniel Marquez, for hanging out. Zombies is goated. D, yep. Greetings from Sweden. Adrian, what's up? Greetings and happy holidays. Yep. What's the term again? Oh my god, I'm completely blanking on it. Like Merry Christmas in Hawaii. Dude, who was it? Someone said it earlier today and I completely blanked. Mela Kaliki Mak, something like that. And something along those lines. I'm sorry if I butchered it, but I think the biggest bro was saying it earlier. We'll zoom in here a little bit. A few things I bought recently. I'm actually gonna sell this stamp. I played the stamp drop, of course, didn't get anything good. Instantly lost 4 gems, not that big of a deal. I'll probably end up selling it or keeping it, I don't know. Did get the common Jedi, Return of the Jedi comic, and then minted the poster. But I tried to buy another poster, but it was just really laggy and really bad, that drop. And then of course Vision. I don't know, I kind of bought some things I typically don't buy recently. Lumpy Space Princess I bought a few weeks ago. And then as for the comics, I actually ended up buying 10 of these. Omega Red, first appearance one, so X-Men #4, Omega Red. And ended up getting 4 commons, 2 uncommons, 2 rares, 1 ultra rare, and 1 secret rare. So ended up obviously making a little bit. You know, if I liquidated everything, I would make a little bit on it. But this comic ran up to like 90 something gems at one point. But I do think the floor on this is super thin already. Last I checked for the secret rares. Yeah, it's 60, 65, then jumps up to 90, 99. So I think it's just because not a ton of these were minted. Obviously, it's not like a Grail Super S tier comic. Yeah, so if there's 1,200 of these left, according to this, there's roughly, I don't know, 1,800 left, and there was 6,000 total. So yeah, about 2/3 of these have sold. So it's not completely sold out just yet. But I do think people are slowly buying these. But yeah, that's just kind of what I've been up to recently. Trying to think of some other comics I bought. These ones, Last Jedi. Oh, I did land the lowest mint Uncanny X-Men 14. First appearance Sentinel. I remember winning it on the drop, and I was like, wow, that's a really low mint. I'm like, how low is that thing? And I looked it up on the Medium article, and yeah, 176 is the lowest mint. So I put it up for sale. How much did I put it up for? I just put it up for like 300. No one's gonna pay for that, but I just put it up there just for visibility reasons. But I'm willing to sell it. So let's say that. Oh. Cool. Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys are having a happy holidays, or you guys excited for any more drops? I will say it seems like this year's 12 Days of Veve is a little bit slower than some of the previous years. I brought it up to a friend. We were kind of talking about it on the phone, and you know, I get it. You know, every Christmas or every 12 Days of Veve just can't be like a massive banger. But the first one we had, I think, was really, really good. It's gonna take me a minute to scroll past all these. But the year that the first 12 Days of Veve that happened, I don't know if you guys remember, there was like first appearance Voltron, first appearance Deadpool, first appearance of Groot. Groot was another first appearance. There was like a lot of like, I mean, not remember like Grail status, right? But a lot of like pretty interesting first appearances on Veve. And this year we didn't get, you know, nothing too crazy. I mean, we got the Omega Red comic, we got the Coca-Cola for the 3rd year in a row. We got the comic and posters for the most part, but and then 12 Days of Veve last year, if I go back far enough, I think we're almost there. Let's go back a little bit further. Pixel Trader says last day of the Veve giveaway and had some serious grails, including a Veve gold logo. Wow, I did not know that, dude. I would give anything to get a gold logo, or just to win a giveaway of any kind on the Veve thing. So that'd be super cool. So congrats to anyone that ends up winning that. But you know what's crazy? It doesn't seem that long ago that we actually had these Batman blue and yellow. Doesn't it seem like this happened like 6-7 months ago at most? The Batman blue and yellow ones, you know, basically the blue and yellow versions of like the season 1 stuff. This happened over a year ago. In my mind, I don't know why, but I felt like this happened like early summer, these little blue and yellow drops. But yet here they are. Yeah, because last year we got, yeah, what did we get last year for Christmas? We got the Mickey Mouse, this NFT collection, remember that? We got America Chavez. We got the Coca-Cola truck. And then some, you know, some DC and X-Men themed Christmas stuff, obviously. And Swamp Thing. Yeah, we got some pretty good stuff. We got some decent stuff last year, but it's really hard to top off what we got a couple years ago. Crazy Dan says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you. Just glad to be here. Just wanted to stream for a bit, say hi to everyone, and take a look at the market. I don't know if people are still in a buying mood or looking to treat themselves a little bit, right? We're almost there. I do have 3 days off of work this week. I put some time off, so I will be streaming a bit more this week, as well as making content. I do want to make some videos and all that stuff now that work has finally slowed down. Yeah, if you look at last year, dude, last year had some banger, or not last year, 2 years ago, had some bangers when it came to first appearances. We had Voltron. I remember that was like the first one of like the 12 days of Veve. Voltron, first appearance. Deadpool, first appearance. Steamboat Willie, first appearance. Guardians of the Galaxy, so Groot, first appearance. And then all the comics were first appearances as well. I don't know about Astonishing X-Men, but Vision and Sabretooth both. Obviously, Vision's a pretty big comic. Sabretooth is decent. And then the Snow Globes were super cool. Labbits, stamps, all that stuff. And like, and then to kind of top it off, like the very last drop of the year was this Amazing Spider-Man 252, 1,000 mints. But yeah, I just remember just 12 Days of Eevee 2 years ago had some really, really good drops. Steamboat Willie's obviously was the best, probably followed by Deadpool, then Groot, then Voltron. But all of those were super cool. I remember people were really hyped for those for the time. And then this year we got some decent stuff. No major first appearance, collectible or anything like that. But it doesn't mean we might not get something big before the end of the year. So don't forget, last day of season 1 Omi staking is soon. Yeah, I think it's just December 31st, right? So luckily I've already staked some Omi. Not a ton, about 1.5 million or so. I would like to think that Veve would reward these, season 0 stakeholders with like either like an airdrop or something cool. I think that would be pretty awesome. JKRB says Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas to you too. I should have done a Merry Christmas like I should have done like a Merry Christmas. I don't know, like what do you call, like emote or something like that. But it's only for like a day or two, so not that big of a deal. I'm still hoping Veve will drop a Grail before year ends, but I understand if the team wants to release the great ones after having. That's a good point. now that you mention it, I think they are. Do you guys think they're like Veve's like withholding certain drops for after the halving, or maybe I almost know for sure they're withholding a lot of like Omi utility stuff or Omi this and that, Omi to NFT, all that stuff, crypto to NFT, whatever you want to call it. I do feel like they're holding a little bit of that back. One, because I heard there's a lot of weird lawsuit stuff that's going to be expiring late this year, like within the next few days. And then when that's done, maybe they can make more announcements, or they're waiting closer to the halving for like at least Omi or crypto related stuff. But as for Veve, I don't know. Do you guys think Veve's like holding back on significant first appearances or some big things and waiting for the masses to get involved, like basically after the halving? It's kind of an interesting thought. It wouldn't surprise me, but I'm not entirely sure. I know we haven't gotten any like super significant first appearances recently, have we? I know I was just looking at the list, but I feel like we haven't gotten any major ones recently. I mean, I guess Sesame Street, but not necessarily. I mean, it's a well-known brand, but how many people are going to get on Veve and spend thousands of dollars because Sesame Street? Probably unlikely. I feel like Sesame Street is one of those things that's like very much an afterthought. Hey, I collected all my X-Men, my Star Wars, my, Jurassic Park, my whatever collectibles. And like, all right, I remember growing up liking Sesame Street, whatever. Like, that could be the case. Ghost Rider 1 was pretty cool. Oh, yeah, I forgot we did get some X-Men, so I think the X-Men ones are okay. But let's jump over. So I'm on here on Stacker World. Not really sure what to make of this. I do like the website. The layout is like very clean and all that stuff. I haven't experimented with it too much. I think this is mostly kind of what it seems like. I know there's a lot of like really good analytics and all that stuff, but I feel like this is kind of mostly a platform for like whales and stuff to like compare yourself to other people, what things have like the highest market cap, what things are getting bought up the most, all that stuff. Like it's all really cool stuff where you're ranked, according to other people, or at least, on the Stacker World website and all that stuff. So it's really awesome. I'm just not sure how to really navigate it or like look up collectibles and see the prices go up and down. So like, let's say we did X-Men number 4. Okay, interesting. So it also shows all the rarities too. It doesn't just show the common on there, which is nice. Market cap 9,750 gems. Interesting. Also has the market cap too. Professor X. Okay, I'm starting to like this as I'm messing around with it more. What if we did, I don't know, Todd. Floor price. Okay, so these are recent transactions on the left, it looks like. Because I think Todd is well above, you know, 790, 785, whatever it is. So this is the floor price. And then on the right, these are... Yeah, I'm not sure what this column on the right is. Corbin Dallas. Yeah, I'm not sure what this column on the right is. I feel like these are recent purchases, and these are recent listings. Or I guess, oh, this is the mint number with this issue. So I guess these are all listings on there. Maybe some of the earliest purchases. Yeah, these are some of the earliest purchases. So 2021, December 14th, 2021. Still trying to like navigate exactly how this works and how all that stuff works. Stacker good for seeing market purchase too, but uses floor prices. Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah, I'm not sure how else you could calculate. I mean, I guess you could calculate the, you know, all the listings and kind of come up with like a market cap that way. But people like to list stuff for, you know, 9,999 gems, and that would just throw off the price. So I do think just going based off the floor price is probably the best way to go to figure out the market cap of something. And then leaderboards. Top Veve, my rank. I guess I'm almost top 2,500. Yeah, there's some people with some crazy collections on here. We go to Stacker. These are the biggest. You guys can see that. These are the biggest collections on the app, apparently. Don't know who this guy is at the very top. And then there's Dr. Profit, the Mr. Rolex has got 12,000 NFTs. And then Michael Campa, beloved member in the community, 10,000 items. I see this person a lot too. WC, is it what, Vicente or something like that, or W Sente or whoever. I see his name all the time on like the market listings, you know, selling stuff, buying stuff. Never seen Scary Sea Monster. And these are all people that technically we could look them up, but these are all people that I don't think just haven't registered yet on Stacker just yet. So if it just looks like a random string of numbers, I mean, that's obviously this is good enough. Astronaut Vibes is back with a vengeance. Yeah, I don't know about a vengeance, but I'm just glad to be back and hanging out with you guys and just kicking it a little bit, looking at the market stuff. So so far I don't really see like a edition, any rarity, any type. My question is there a way to see what is up and what is down today? So the 1 day you can see what's up right now. There's some stuff that's really any type. Let's go with collectible. Any edition, FEFA. Okay, number 1. Interesting. So Throg is up 100%. Was it going for 5.5 gems and now it's up to 11? Assuming this is how it works. Let's look up Throg. Frog of Thunder. Look that one up really quick. See if the price actually matches. Frog of Thunder. Yeah, it's up to 11 right now, so at least the pricing and stuff is accurate so far. Let's look up Ink Stories. Wait, what is that? Oh, that's the Medium article. I was like, what? Ink Stories. What's the price of that? $5.95. Yeah, it's correct. But at least there's that. At least the pricing is up to date. Yeah, there's some stuff that's moved up, and I guess this is the last 24 hours. So there's some stuff that's moved up a lot in the last 24 hours. Pocahontas. Let's see what's gone down the most in the last 24 hours. USS Enterprise, a 1 to 1,000 scale. That is down 31%. $10 floor price, man. I do like me some Star Trek, and I've actually been waiting a while for this to go down in price. Is this at an all-time low? 2-year. Pretty darn close. I think it's at an all-time low. I mean, there's been a few times where it touches 10 gems for like a second. I wonder if that's the same case here. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's an ad on this. Okay, I was like, what is that? Enterprise. The 1 to 1,000. Is this still going for 10 gems? Yeah, there's a 10 gem listing right there. Anyone's trying to snipe that? People are flooring stuff. I think with these ones, you can't make it bigger, can you? The 1 to 1,000 scale ones, like you can't. I thought you can only make it so big, or you can only size them up so much. Think this is a pump that will retrace, or do you think NFTs are gonna follow crypto? I think NFTs are gonna follow crypto to a certain extent. I know there's lots of people in the VV community that have money in OMI, but also a ton of altcoins. I feel like the whole altcoin push has been really going on the last like 4 or 5 months, or even 6 months, where more people are kind of opening up to the idea where it's like, okay, it's not just all OMI all day, every day, right? Even OMI can only do so much, and there's a lot of altcoins. And even though the VV is still a very small knit community, so as much as we think OMI is going to go up, there's still tons of other communities and crypto coins and stuff like that that could probably go up way more than OMI does, at least in the short term. So even though OMI will go up, you know, let's say 2 or 3x or whatever, it's like more than likely that other coins could do a 7, 10, 20x before that. And so it's like, might as well ride that train and then invest in OMI later, or take your profits, buy OMI, do OMI to NFT, and then buy what you want later, right? It's just hard because, you know, what if the price of OMI and the collectibles go up? Now you're kind of paying more on both sides of the transaction. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think I don't imagine people are selling VV collectibles, cashing out, taking a 10% hit, and then like buying crypto. I mean, some people might, but I just don't see that happening. So I do have a distinct feeling like VV NFTs is going to follow crypto relatively closely. I mean, it did like 2 years ago, right? And it's still kind of, you know, I mean, it did that last year as well, on the way down. So we will see. No one really knows. That's what we're all trying to figure out here, right? So did anyone buy that Enterprise? I wonder. Let's see. That's still there. That's kind of, weirdly now, that's kind of one of my favorite things, is like when I look up a collectible and there's like a really good deal, and I'm like, hey, if someone wants it, they can buy it, and someone says like, oh, I bought it because of this, you know, my goal isn't to tell you what to buy or to incentivize you, but for a lot of people, they're like, oh man, I've been thinking about buying that for a while, and now they, you know, got the opportunity. Guardians of the Galaxy, okay. Oh, that one's done a ton. X Factor, is that the secret rare? Yeah, it's down 26%. Ghostbusters logo is down 25%. There's some decent little deals on the market right now. If you wanted a Ghostbusters logo, which I never really cared for personally, but it's going for less than floor price. Is that really the case? I'm actually going to just close this NFT tracker for a second, as well as this. This way we can just swap back and forth between. Spell Ghostbusters, right? Ghostbusters logo. Yeah, it's going for, yeah, this is going for box price now. So I mean, a little over 2 years ago, this thing was going for 90 gems box price. Now that's what it's going for now. So interestingly enough, so we'll look at the change on the day again. Keep it with collectibles. I'm a Jedi like my father before me. That's the secret rare. That one's down 24%. Amazing Spider-Man. Interesting. Is this really the rare was that high, huh? Down 20% today. It's also the rare. A lot of rare comics going down as well. Uncanny X-Men 70. I remember buying this thing. Uncanny X-Men 173. Or sorry, 137. I remember buying this for like 42 gems. And there was a brief period of time where it was going for like 39 and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just gotten so scarce. And I do think part of it is because of the storyline. There's been a lot of leaks about either in the Deadpool movie or some sort of when the next like X-Men / like Marvel movie comes out involving the X-Men, that there's a good chance there's going to be a story and or a showdown between like Phoenix and Scarlet Witch. There's been multiple comics written about it. But there's been rumors about it. I mean, this was like 6 months ago too. People were talking about how they were going to like fight each other and stuff, which by the way, it sounds like Phoenix would beat Scarlet Witch for the most part. But I think that could be part of it. But also this is just a super scarce comic. I remember buying a lot of these. Actually, this is one of the few comics I actually have a whole set of. I got the common all the way through the secret rare. So this is actually one of the few like sets I actually have like the whole comic set. Omi building a strong base. Been seeing massive bulk buys recently. Yeah, there was someone that bought like $1 million and something like dollars worth of Omi. Not a million Omi. I mean, that's like, you know, it's like 700 bucks right now. But if we're talking like, you know, someone bought like over $1 million worth of Omi. So if my crypto bag 5x, I will surely buy Todd and Partner. Yes, and that's the kind of thing, like the whole kind of trickle down economics thing, right? Of crypto. So it's like, I mean, we saw it during the bull run in late 2020 run, right? Very, very early 2022, where things were just going parabolic. And so, you know, when people see 5, 10, 15, 20x or even more, you know, that's how it was with like Steamboat Willie. Paid 60, ran up to 10K. And people are like, wow, I'm up so much. But imagine that, you know, with the crypto. Back then, everything was new to me. Never did NFTs, never did crypto. But now that I've gone through a bull cycle and I've been through a bear cycle, now it's like, all right, there's a lot of collectibles I like and comics I like, but I'm not in love with or I'm not emotionally tied to. Most of them I'm not. There's really only a handful of comics or collectibles that I'm like, all right, I'm just not going to sell this. Unless someone gives me an absolutely absurd offer, but you know, it's unlikely. But yeah. That's my comic? Which one? The one on the floor? This one? Oh, okay. Yeah, if someone wants it, I mean, it's the cheapest one. I think this one's going to do really well. I think because the next X-Men / Marvel movie, there's been a lot of leaks and talks about the storyline is going to be about the Phoenix, because Phoenix is actually, you know, Scarlet Witch is like a threat on like a worldwide, maybe like a galactic scale kind of, but for the most part, like the Phoenix Force is a multiversal and like omnipotent force. So it is much stronger from what I've heard for the most part. Then I think later on writers kind of made it more of like a yin yang thing where they're kind of like one side's chaos, the other side's like life and death and, you know, all that stuff. But for the most part, it kind of makes sense because it's supposed to be this whole multiverse thing, and like Phoenix Force is kind of one of the few things that is like a multiversal thing. So it could be the reason why it's being bridged over, but no one really knows. But I think it's a cool comic. I always loved the cover. I knew I was going to buy the secret rare when I saw it. I saw the cover and I was like, all right, I'm going to buy a secret rare. Like, I don't care. Felt like I got a good price on that one. Let me see here. A lot of NAs here. I don't know what's up with all these. Let's see what else is going for cheap right now. This is my favorite page to look at, is what's down. I don't click on, me personally, I don't really click on like, oh, what's pumping, because by the time it's pumped, right, it's already done its thing. But I think that's pretty much it. Supergirl. There is a handful of collectibles I've been wanting to buy for some time, and I feel like might make a move somewhat soon. And that's another thing too. I do think tax returns in January, you know, when people are getting money back for their tax returns, I do think Veve and or crypto will do, they will, I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to put all my money, but I'm definitely going to put some money back into Veve and buy some collectibles that I just don't own that are outstanding. One of them, or a handful of them, are here. I haven't updated this list in forever. Like my wish list. But But yeah, these are some of the things I kind of want to get rid of. Yeah, I don't want the Doc Ock red anymore. ATST is a cool one for VV verse, Miles, Todd, Thor, any Thor. It doesn't. I just put the common here as like a placeholder. Obi-Wan, Supergirl, Jim Lee. I still don't have Harley Quinn. I still don't have the first appearance of her. And so some of these are going for kind of one of those things where I'm not saying it's your last opportunity, but floors are starting to look really thin on comics and collectibles. There's a lot of money flowing in Omi and VV, so it's like things are kind of on the up and up right now. So it's like, all right, if you haven't grabbed your first appearances yet or collectibles, I'm probably gonna, because for a long time I was buying comics. Now I think I'm gonna start leaning towards collectibles because those can pump the fastest. Comics, there's just so many of them, and I think people are just more inclined to undercut those because I would say on average most people have stacks of comics, so they're more inclined to undercut. But with collectibles, maybe that's not the case. If NFTs hit all-time highs, I would be the happiest guy ever. Yeah, it could be. It could happen. It's hard to say. VV all-time highs. I think Harley was like $800 or something like that. Maybe a little bit less. But I do think a big part of it was there was a huge inflation of fake gems getting pumped to the market. A lot of people thought we were legitimately getting like 10 to 20,000 like new users a day, but it turns out most of them were probably bots, all kinds of stuff. But I do think we have a lot of old accounts reactivating and getting excited about VV again. A lot of old content creators and a lot of old accounts buying stuff again. Is there anything you guys want to like check out, or anything that is up or down? What if we could do just focus on comics right now, and then which common comics are down the most? Ooh, Uncanny X-Men. This is one I do want to get a small kind of increase my stack on a little bit. I do like how I can just copy and paste everything on the web browser. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that one. That nice. And this is another one too. Both of the comics, right? Her first appearance of Phoenix and then the death of Phoenix. Like both of these I do think are gonna be do very well. VV new all-time high 2026 January. Yeah, dude, I am stoked for what the future holds. There's gonna be a lot of it. I do think there's a lot of insane stuff VV has planned, but they've just held back either for lawsuit reasons, or they're just waiting to time it. It's just like everyone else, right? It's people are trying to. VV pretty much only has one shot at this, especially with all the excitement around the Bitcoin halving and Bitcoin ETF and the NFTs. They got partnerships, and a lot of other NFT platforms are doing pretty well. Palm DC merged with like Candy, so they're doing decently well. A lot of other like NFT and crypto projects are doing a bit better now. So it's like, all right, a lot of excitement happening. This is kind of what I've just been hearing. I've been kind of out of the loop a little bit the last like month. I've just been busy with work and other stuff, but luckily I have a friend that's just been kind of keeping me in the loop on a lot of stuff. So if we get a true crypto super cycle and it's easy to buy VV stuff with crypto, yeah. I mean, if people are putting $100 into, random coin 69 and making a 15x, they put in $100, now they have $1,500. Doesn't sound like a lot, but then if you put it across a bunch of coins and stuff, now they bring the $1,500 over to VV. Now they can bring some. Now they buy Omi, they bring the Omi into the VV app, and now they can buy stuff. It's like, I don't know. It's gonna be insane, and there's gonna be a lot of people with a lot of play money when crypto really does like a massive, like Pixel Trader said, like a super cycle. So I mean, there's already people up a ton. It hasn't even started yet. Like the halving hasn't even started yet, and there's already people that are like, oh yeah, I bought Solana at like $10 year and a half ago, and now it's whatever it's at now, like tons of just major like 5, 8, 10x. So I do have a small amount set aside for like crypto stuff, but I'm still buying a little bit of VV stuff here. $3 comic here, maybe a collectible here and there. I might throw a few $100 at Veve for collectibles, just to kind of grab FAs while I can, because I do think a day's gonna come, or like a week or a month is gonna come where like, oh wow, FA Joker, which is, you know, what's Joker at right now? You know, Joker's at 85. I remember when he was below retail, because he was 80 gems. There's a period of time where he was going for about 75. But a day's gonna come where someone's gonna come in and buy, how many Jokers are there? There's 38. Someone's gonna jump in here and buy 22 of them, and the price is gonna go from 85 to 200. And now, are you gonna buy a Joker then? Like, and even if people undercut, I doubt it's gonna undercut all the way back down to 85. It could, but all it takes is a handful of people that made a lot on crypto, or people that are just waiting on the sideline, like, okay, well, runs happen or whatever. Pasternak says, happy I picked up the SR Luke collectible for $7.49. Yeah, that's a great pickup. It's up like 50% from where you bought it now, so that's awesome. Most important thing Veve did is survive this gruesome bear market. Yeah. A big part of it too is honestly, one, the community. Obviously, there's a lot of fudders and people saying this and that, and like, I was never tripping about any of the stuff. Unless Veve made an announcement. I don't know. Some people ask me like, what do you think about Veve doing this or that or whatever? It's like, unless Veve does something that fundamentally changes the collectible or the way people buy and sell on the app or this or that, like, I don't really care too much about it. Like, delays happen, things change, policies change, you know, domestically and foreign when it comes to NFTs and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, I'm just kind of waiting for stuff to unfold. But for me, like, where I kind of put my foot down on the things I kind of made a big deal about was stuff like FA changes. Like, those are things that fundamentally change the collectibles forever. The way that people invested initially forever. Like, those are big deals. And I'm trying to remember some of the other things that like Veve's done that were like a huge deal. Like, I remember the whole thing about Veve like removing the signature. It never really happened, but it was just because of a update. But remember Veve like removed this signature underneath like Homer and Bart. This was like a month ago, or like a month and a half ago, and a lot of people were upset because it's like, oh geez, like they could just remove stuff now. Luckily that was just a false alarm, but like if Veve followed through with that, like that's something I would have had a huge issue with. I kind of just waited a day or so, or like, I mean really a few hours, just to see what Veve actually said. But the bot thing is true, but I feel like NFTs are becoming more popular and mainstream and could get us where we were and higher. Yes, the two things, like, we need like three things to happen. We need, one, to do some marketing, like Veve actually does some marketing, or two, the licensors need to like get on board with the idea of like advertising, giving utility, because as much as people want to grab these digital collectibles and stuff, like we still need like a Veveverse to show it off. We still ideally would like to have DC, Disney, Marvel, Universal Studios, whoever, you know, has a lot of these IPs to like give utility or do something with it, right? They don't have to, but that would definitely incentivize people to jump in, because I've gotten some of my friends into Veve at work. One friend in particular, he actually got me a comic the other day, randomly, and I think it was for, you know, just for kind of thanking me, getting him into. I also bought him one of the Superior Spider-Man comics from like New York Comic Con. He's like, yeah, dude, just buy me one and I'll get you. I'll pay you for it. So he got me this comic. It's a super cool looking one. It's like Conan the Barbarian fighting Wolverine. What if? And apparently in this, I guess Wolverine with his like mask off and like hair down and everything like that, he kind of looks like Conan the Barbarian. But apparently like Wolverine like marries or like smashes his girlfriend or something like that. Like, I don't know. I haven't read it towards the end, but there's definitely a couple scenes where like he's talking like Conan's like wife or girlfriend or something like that. I'm like, I didn't really have time to kind of read it all right when I got it, but something happened. So probably part of the reason why Conan the Barbarian is upset. But long story short, he got me the comic just to kind of thank me for being on Veve. And so he's bought a few comics. He kind of struggled navigating the website at first. So I showed him that like, hey, if you're going to buy a comic, start with the market, especially if you're trying to buy commons. You know, it's like buy a $2 common before you buy a potentially $7, common on the store, so he kind of understood that. But right now he's still kind of waiting for like, all right, like what's the utility? Like it's kind of cool, but I would kind of like to get something, in return, because with like physical comics, you can like show them off a certain way. You could do the same thing on Veve, but he's kind of waiting for something like a bit more, like kind of like what is, kind of like what is there more to offer? Like what is Marvel gonna do to kind of keep me interested or kind of keep more people joining this? Because luckily my friend's like pretty open-minded. He collects comics, but talking about hardcore comic collectors and people that have been doing this for like 20, 30, 40 years, how are you going to convince them? And they know one way of collecting. Pasternak, smash the like. Thank you so much. Pixel Trader, currently crypto pump narratives have been gaming and meme tokens, just time before NFTs and digital collectibles come around again. Yeah, for sure. On the gaming, I have some Illuvium. Yeah, I had some Illuvium, as well as like the Illuvium like token thingy, like the actual like, I don't know what it was. It was like the like pre-beta like Illuvium. It's not like the crypto token, but it was like something you actually own on Illuvium that gave you like a creature or something like that. But my account got scammed, so I lost all that stuff. So not that I'm against Illuvium or anything like that, but I just couldn't really picture myself like buying back into it or anything like that. All right, let's see here. Let's look at comics again. Let's check out rares. What rares are... I don't know where I'm getting a lot of NA prices here. Oh, it's because those haven't been released yet. Okay. Tarzan of the Apes, $2.79 for a rare. That is crazy. Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Yeah, there's some listings on here that like you're getting, MCP point for every $1.50 that you spend, or every $1.50, I should say, that you spend. Look at the ultra rares. Tarzan of the Apes, $5 ultra rare, 5 gem, I should say. I actually kind of like this cover. I don't mind it too much for $5. That's not a bad cover to have. Who drew this? Calypso. I might have to look it up directly on Veve to find out like who the artist was. That's actually some pretty cool looking art. Down here. One thing I kind of wish Veve did was make it a little bit easier to find the, like, whoever drew it. Either put it off to the side or something like that. Not a huge fan that I have to, like, click 4 different links to find out who drew it. This Veve exclusive rare and ultra rare covers by Ramona Jones. Oh, Romina Jones. Cool looking cover for 5 gems. Like, that's not bad. Or 6 gems, technically. I mean, it's less than box price. Collectibles. Wow, Mulan pumped at 10. Let's see what's pumped recently. Okay, we already looked at this list earlier. Mulan pumped for some reason. Maybe the floor is just so thin. Listed. Ooh, you can interesting. You can organize this by number listed. I'm just not a fan that there's a million NAs on here for a floor price, because these are all the one of ones. Is there a way I can like remove the one of one artist proofs? Right now that's taking up a lot of space. Yeah, that's kind of like one little bit of feedback. Maybe I'll make a video about the more I play around with this, kind of like what I like and some feedback about the Stacker World app. But this is one thing where it's like, if you want to see, oh, what collectibles or comics have very little in circulation, like actually listed on the market, it just stinks that there's just an entire wall of artist proofs, and it's only going to get bigger, right, as Veve keeps releasing artist proofs. So interesting. The Romulan Warbird, 0.08% of them on the market. That's interesting. And it's going for 80 gems. I believe this is the one that was released for like 120 or something like that. The giant avocado. Groot. Merry Christmas, Groot. Steve Rogers is another one. Do I have a Steve Rogers? I could have sworn I bought one a while ago. Because I'm like, I might as well buy it before I forget to buy one. But I don't think I have a Steve Rogers. No, I don't. Not yet. It was going for pretty cheap at one point. Like less than 10 gems. Now he's all the way up to 11 almost. Yeah, he was below. Yeah, for the whole month of November, he's pretty much below 10. Now he's chilling up around 12. 15 listings. Bad. Okay, collectibles again. I like how it's organized first by market cap. It's kind of interesting, but I kind of wish I could have the default just be the day. I'd much rather see what's up or what's down for the day than, you know, market cap. I feel like it's just going to be the same, you know, 20, 30 things at the top over and over. Rizzo pumped. Let's see. Going for 1,000. Now he's going for 1,400. Yeah, he's gone up from. Yeah, from the 8th. Looks like he's been at 1,400 for a while. But yeah, you're right, technically. I mean, from about a month ago, going for 1,000. Now it's up like 40%. Yeah, that's a pretty decent pump there. Let's see. Yeah, let's see which comics moved up the most. And Todd, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I was almost gonna make a video, or I thought someone made a video already, calling for like, oh, is Todd like the Bitcoin, basically, of Veve, right? It's like first appearance NFT, first appearance Batman. Obviously, it has like so many first appearances to it that it's like, hey, if you don't own one, you don't own one. I'm a little upset I didn't grab one in time. Right now it's pushing, how much is Todd right now? Last I checked, it was like 850. Wonder if it's still that high. That's 800. It's gone down a little bit, but it was at like 700, I think, a few weeks ago. Now it's up to 800. So I think people have kind of gotten the idea that, all right, well, I guess Todd is the thing, right? Like, I would love to own at least one. It's just hard because I really don't want to throw $800 worth of gems at Todd just to grab them. I'm a little bit more inclined to either wait for like a little pullback if there is going to be one happening, or I win a big drop, a secret rare of something, or like a collectible that I'm not like a huge fan of, and sell it and then try and work my way up to 800 gems and like buy it. So Pasternak says, when Wolverine, right? Like, when are we going to get Wolverine? I'm not in a huge rush to get Wolverine. I know I kind of meme about it or joke about it a lot, but like, I'm not going to be like upset if Veve takes another 6 months or a year to like release Wolverine. It's not that big of a deal to me. I kind of hope they wait a little bit. Not so long to like the halving happens and everything's like skyrocketed, but at the same time, you know, I do want to wait for a bit so I can kind of accumulate more cash IRL and then buy it. I don't know. We'll see. Shankster, Merry Christmas. What's up? D1 only says pamp it. Gotta pamp it up. Shankster, thanks for stopping by. And then one ton mon says, we vibing with Veve vibes. Yes, sir. And I don't know. One thing I will say is the last month or so, I haven't, but thinking about rebranding a bit and doing some things for the channel. I do want to do a few more videos and streams to kind of get back in the group of things, but probably will be making some changes to my channel here in the near future, like the name and a few other things, and then maybe some community-based stuff. Probably announce it later, but I want to make sure I get it all squared away first. But I mean, I think I've talked about it before, where it's like, do I want to keep the name Veve Vibes or do I want to change it? Whatever. So, but yeah, just random thought. Just throw it out there. Anyway. Interesting. This Thanos comic pumped, probably just because the low supply or the low listing here. I don't know what this edition thing means on the right. Edition number 1, 1, 13, 2, 654. Like I'm just. Oh, that's the edition of the comic. Okay. I thought this was like mint number, like mint number 1, mint number 3. I'm like, comics aren't that low mint. But no, that makes sense. It would be nice to see how many are on the market versus like total amount in circulation. Because when I look at listed 1.25%, what does that mean? I know it's 1.25% of this, but it's like I'd rather not do the math in my head. Just tell me the number right there. But X-Men Alpha, interesting. Why is this one pumping so hard? Wonder if it's just the low listings. I'll just type in Alpha in here. I wonder if we'll get it. I will say the Secret Rare cover does look pretty cool. When it's just are there just no listings for this? There's no way. There's 3 for sale. Okay, there we go. That was weird. When it's just Magneto's face, it actually looks kind of cool. But yeah, there's just 3 on the market, so prices are just absurd. The floor prices are just absurdly thin. Any X-Men? I'm trying to see what's up a lot right now. Ooh, this one moved up. Kitty Pryde, Emma Frost. This is another one I kind of wish I bought a little bit more of. Stack wise, I mean, these have doubled in price. I have like 10 or so of these. But the fact that the main reason why I kind of shied away is because I do think this one is a 30K mint one, maybe a bit more. But it does have a double first appearance of Emma Frost and Kitty Pryde, which are both pretty prominent characters in X-Men for sure. Yeah, it's up to 4 gems. I remember buying these things for like 2 gems, 2.5 for like a long time. I do like the not the common, but the rare and ultra rare cover. I think I bought the rare cover at some point, or the ultra rare. Interestingly enough. Yeah, you don't want to be named after a specific company. Shrinks the audience you can engage, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much exclusively talk about Veve, right? Occasionally, I talked about DC for a while, but I've, it's not like I fully cashed out of DC. I still have my back count stuff, but I did sell a lot of things, and cashed out, to be honest, because I felt like, I don't know, it was moving very slow, and the comic prices were going up in price, like to $20. And if you're landing a common, like you're just getting hit really hard and like just, with losses and all that stuff. And so it was that. And I was like, all right, what are we doing now with DC? And, we're getting to the point now where the utility, the bat cows are pretty much either coming to an end or kind of close. So it's like, all right, they're going to renew the utility, like what's going on. So that's kind of where I was at with I still have my bat cow. I still have quite a few comics, but a lot of like my Grail ones or ones that were like worth a decent amount, I did end up selling. Unfortunately, I did that months and months ago. So before Candy, I probably would have got a little bit more money if I did it on Candy, but it's not that big of a deal. Let's see. It's interesting that the commons are going for 4 gems, yet the rares are going for 6. So I would not be surprised. These, kind of moved a little. Uncommons are still at 228. Not too often you actually have the common be not that much cheaper, only like 30% cheaper than the rare, percent cheaper than the rare. Look at more comics and we'll see what's up. Interesting. Okay, also Jubilee's another one. I just think the floor prices were getting, or the floors are just getting pretty thin on a lot of these. And again, this is kind of part of the reason why some people like buying cheap comics, because it doesn't take very much for them to double in price, right? You buy something for $1.50, it going up to $3 is not that hard. Yeah, some big movements going on here. Yeah, yesterday there was, kind of wish I could see how many were listed. It was going for $1.15 the other day, and then it just jumps up. to, yeah, 250. Wonder if there's somewhere on here that would show me. It looks like one person just bought a bunch of these. You can see, you can kind of tell on the left side that, not the left side, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but like the wallet is all the same person to this X0X85. More. How many did they buy today? Okay. All right, quite a few here. A lot of people buying at 248. Did someone just made a move on a lot of these like X-Men common comics, it seems like. Comic. Can I organize these by just X-Men? Okay, there we go. Yeah, decent amount of like the first appearance comics for X-Men. Yeah, Jubilee, Emma Frost. This is obviously first appearance of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, Phoenix. Oh, there's definitely some movement going on. Bring on the new year. Yeah, right. Hopefully good times ahead. Yeah, let's hope so. I don't know, the last 2 years were not ideal, right? But I'm excited for a nice crypto bull run as well as NFT. Veve did announce some new stuff, more content creators and more people getting involved with Veve. I mean, there's going to be YouTube. I already know, like, there's going to be YouTubers out there with, quite frankly, hundreds of thousands of, you know, subs or millions of subs. You know, in the next like year and a half, they're going to be like, oh, by the way, I heard about this Veve thing. You guys should check it out, right? It was kind of the same thing with Andre. I forgot his last name. So with the J. But Andre, right? Like, he was a big reason why a ton of people jumped on the Veve app. So it's like, imagine him, but then, you know, 10 or 15 other content creators of his size or bigger also talking about Veve at the same time. Like, a ton of people are going to jump in. So that could happen over the next year and a half, 2 years. I wish you luck on your future plans for the channel. I'm sure it'll be great and still always bring the vibe. Yeah, we're probably gonna do a Discord, right? I've been really shying away from a Discord for a long time because I was like, I don't want to keep up with it and this and that. But you know, I do want to be able to connect you with you guys a bit more often, get some like video ideas, chat it up, you know, post information about comic drops and what their prices are worth on like Go Collect, things like that. I do want to have like a place where people can post like special mints, either low or special mints, right? Because it's kind of hard to advertise. Like, if I posted my lowest mint Sentinel comic, right? How many people are really going out of their way to find that? You know, especially that specific comic. So it's nice if there's a spot where people can kind of post like, hey, by the way, I'm posting up my low mint or my specialty mint, you know, this comic or this collectible. So, you know, kind of just bring awareness other than just Twitter, right? So just spamming Twitter with posts and stuff. So D1 only says, just don't lose the galaxy colors. Yeah, that's kind of the goal here. So I'll have to not mess with that. What's this? Has Veve announced the winners yet for the... Okay, maybe not. Okay, they haven't announced the winners yet for today, but... cool. So far, I'm liking Stacker. There's some things I wish I could change or at least update, but maybe that's a video for another time for things that I would edit or change. The release date, I don't care about too much, like when it was actually released. I wish I could kind of customize this listing. Release date isn't that big of a deal. I feel like this kind of information should be given if you actually click on the collectible or comic and then it tells you, hey, if you want this extra information. But like, if this is more for collecting or if you're trying to find a good deal or whether it's something's up or down, I don't really care about the release date. I don't really care about the total quantity. Maybe leave quantity, but I would like to see how many are actually listed, because trying to figure out what's 2.35% of 4,333. I don't really know, but Jeek, yeah, Andre Jeek, whatever it was. 12 days are over vibes. Oh, was it yesterday or today? For some reason, I thought it was today was like the last day that they were going to announce who the winners were. Let me check. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. I've yet to win anything on the 12 days of Veve. Okay. Oh yeah, they did the day 12 one. Oh, that was 2 days ago. Oof. All right, never mind. Prices will be delivered 27 to 29. Yeah. I don't think I won anything. I'll be honest, I didn't check each day, but no one messaged me saying congratulations, so I don't think I really won anything. But damn, do you guys see this? Like the winners? Like what they won? Kind of crazy. I did not see this. Paling won a gold, a Veve logo, gold and silver. Mr. BC won a partner statue. J-Rod won an Uncanny X-Men #1 Ultra Rare. That's a good one. Stanley SR, Giant Size X-Men UR. Superior Spider-Man Returns. Okay, that's the physical. Marvel Mighty's Avengers Part 1 set. Is that the one that released recently? I guess they got the whole set with like War Machine and Scarlet Witch and all that stuff. The Hulk collection. Does that include Grey Hulk? I guess they got everything. Bart, common. Oh, this person just straight up got 100 gems. That's kind of cool. Yeah, the big ones are obviously Walton gold and silver logo. Those are both huge. Yeah, those are huge, as well as the SR Stan Lee and the 2 UR comics. Like, I mean, both those comics are going for a decent amount. So, yeah, I didn't see that. That is crazy. Congrats to those people. Which, by the way, how much are those going for now? X-Men #1. How much is the UR of this going for now? 108. So 108 right now. And then the other one. I think as long as I just type in giant, should show up Giant Size X-Men. What's the UR on that one? Yeah, 140. Basically 140, 150. So a decent amount there. Yeah, those people definitely got some good collectibles for the most part. So are there any collectibles or comics you guys have you have an eye out on, or things that you're trying to buy? This is one I've looked at for a long time, and I think might do it. I've been staring at this thing. I don't know why. I really like this Necronomicon, but this is definitely one I've been looking at for a while. I just don't know if it's gonna go lower, but there was a point where. Whoop. There was a point where this was. Yeah, this thing has been pretty. This one's been kind of volatile. Like, there's been a couple times where I wanted to buy it, but it was up at like 80 gems, or like 60 gems. But I think it's getting close to its all-time low. 34 gems. Oof. There's one for 34 gems for 2 days, 3 days. I would have bought immediately at 34. I'm not in a huge rush to buy it, but if someone lists their Necronomicon for below 40, I will buy it right away. But I don't think anyone here owns one. I don't know what it is, but I just really like the book. Plus, Chaosium is like a retired, you know, I mean, arguably it's the first like retired NFT collection, right? Like, they're not going to make anymore. So we won't make the same mistake twice. We all hit all-time highs. I'm selling everything except my Todd and Rizzo. Good call. Miles SR have been moving. Latest sales around 10K. Really? Do Miles here. SR. What are some recent transactions? Yeah, you're right. So this month, Nothing recent, but yeah, there was, man. Could you imagine buying an SR Miles? I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm in one more. Imagine buying an SR Miles or just a collectible for 6,600 gems. And then it goes up to 10 gems a week and a half later. Like you're already up like 40%. And if you wanted to, you could sell it. But this person here has already bought 3 of them. You guys see this? This guy ends in A211. He bought one in November, another one in November, and then another one in December. Who is this guy? Can I see his collection? I see his transactions, but what's his NFTs? Transfer 8 days ago. Got some war machines. Okay. It'd be kind of nice if I could get a better look at their collection rather than scrolling through them one by one. I can't filter it either. Go back. Let me go to Miles. Does he have any? Yeah, this guy's got 1, 2, 3 SR Miles and a UR. He has the whole Miles set. Ooh, he bought a pretty low 3-digit. Wow, he actually bought a 2-digit for 84. Another one for 83. Yeah, this guy is he likes some Miles. I actually kind of like I can dig into other people's collection and just look at what they're doing. Like, who's the most recent person that bought a Walt? And let's just look at their collection. Okay, this guy bought one 5 days ago. Let's just look at their collection. Yeah, this is their newest purchases. Interesting, dude. People are not talking about Oswald a lot. Bought from Veve Collection, sold to. What does that mean? Veve Collection. Oh, did he like win this or something? I don't know why it says bought from Veve Collection. This is sold to here. Oh well, because they're not in the store anymore. Yeah, I think that was one of those that sold out pretty quickly. Yeah, so this guy bought a Partners 5 days ago. Loman Elsa for 104. Wow, that seems like a snipe. Or no, he sold it. He sold it to this person. Interesting. He sold a 2-mint Elsa for 104. It seems kind of low. All right. No, for that, dude, I feel like it's pretty easy just to like get lost and just lurk in other people's profiles and just see their transactions, how big their collection is, and all that stuff. So I'm just kind of curious how often this updates. I kind of miss Ecomi Wiki that would update hourly. So like at the top of every hour, you could just look and just, you know, everything were to refresh, you would see what's up, what's down. Seems like a lot of stuff nowadays. It's like maybe every like 3 to 6 hours, or sometimes it's like once or twice a day it updates. I'm still not sure how quickly stuff on these like websites actually update. All right, so this Daredevil one, there's one thing I want to look at, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about this. I think we talked about it like a month ago on stream, or like 2 months ago. I'm curious what this one's going for. Okay, it's going for 20. I don't know if people knew this. I know we talked about it a while ago, but this is a Peach Momoko cover. This is, as far as I know, this is the only one on Veve. And I remember mentioning this months ago. And on stream, there was like 3 or 4 below like 20 gems, and they all got like bought up right away. Because once I mentioned that, or once it says it right here, Peach Momoko. And this is the ultra rare cover. Ritter, blah, blah. Yeah, like this variant cover. It's this one specifically. And plus I had her signature, right? Can I go forward? I can't go forward. Yeah, it has her signature right there. Get a better look at the... I think that's her signature right there, kind of near the foot or whatever. But yeah, that was like a big deal. This is another one I'm kind of keeping a close eye on. If it goes down a bit lower, I might pull the trigger, but it's already pretty low compared to its other ones. I don't know. I just randomly saw the comic and it reminded me of that cool little thing. Comics. Look at the ultra rares. See which ones have moved up or down the most. Unsurprisingly, a lot of the Tarzans and like some of the Mickey and whatever ones are down quite a bit. What's the animation for the book? Animation for the book. I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I just read that or you said that a while ago. What's the animation for the book? I don't know what you're referencing. Is it the one that we're talking about? The Daredevil one or a different one? Shankster. Marvel Spotlight is... God, dude. I remember buying this thing for hundreds of gems. Like 250, 300 gems each. Now they're down to like 35, but it is what it is. Marvel Spotlight. Tales of Suspense. Okay, some of these aren't down too bad. Interesting how this Avengers one. Avengers 8. So getting close to 100 gems. There's only 500 circulation. I do like this cover a lot, even though it does make it look like Thor's eyes are going in two separate directions, but has been trending down the last 3 months, last 6 months. Last year, it's definitely been trending down. I think it was 100 gems a year ago. Or sorry, 400 gems. Almost 500 gems a year ago. Now it's down to 110. Interesting. You can look at like first appearances, first editions. Kind of like that. Let's just look at first appearances. Superman. Interesting looking at the market cap of these. Kind of surprised Superman is... I guess there's way more mints. I'm like, wow, Superman's really higher than Vader, but he does have about like 30% more mints. Necro one? Yeah, let's take a look. Wow, you must have put that message in there a long time ago. I completely overlooked it. My bad. Sorry for the flashbang there.
What's good, baby? It's holiday season.
That is. But here we go. So this is the animation, like the book opens up and stuff, closes, but you can kind of see people were like slowing it down, and you can kind of see between the pages, and there's actually some really interesting stuff like between the pages as it's like opening and closing. But I just like the Necronomicon book in general, just because I'm big into fantasy. I do like Cthulhu-esque kind of stuff. And plus the Book of the Dead is referenced a lot in like fantasy and sci-fi, and I don't know if you guys remember like the movie The Mummy with like Brendan Fraser. That was like the Book of the Dead. Like it's referenced a lot, like the Necronomicon, like warlocks and people trying to summon like demons and Satan and this and that. Like it's really, really cool. So that's part of the reason why I want it. So I don't know if you can actually like read this inside the pages. Might be able to read it in like the Veve verse, or maybe there's like another format where you can actually like read inside at least the pages that are, you know, colored and animated in, right? It's not like I'm gonna be able to open up these back pages. Like that's just not how the NFT works. But I like it. I don't know why I like it. It's just, there's like very, very few NFTs or just collectibles on Veve that I'm just like, I just like it. I have no reason to own it. It's not an FA. It's not gonna go up 1000x like Spider-Man or whatever, but it's like I just want to buy it, and that's one of them. I will only start selling my collection 10 years from now when my kids start college. Interesting. You're not gonna pass it to them, or are you afraid they're gonna floor it? Rich buddy, what's up, dude? What up, bro? Long time? Yeah. A guy I was a friend in high school was my friend until he became disciple of Anton. I don't know what that is. You're gonna make me. You got me intrigued, and you got me want to Google it. Oh, Anton Levy. Levy? I don't know who that is. I mean, I'm not actually interested in, you know, that kind of stuff, but I just think it looks cool. It's more just the concept of it than anything, or that this type of book is referenced a lot to like summon evil and this and that. Like, it's more, I view it more almost like as just a concept or an antagonist for a lot of stories, and so I like it. I don't know, but yeah, that's kind of weird. Until he became a disciple. He dated James Mansfield. I don't know who these people are. Maybe I'm dating myself a little bit. Oh, okay. No comment on that. And Marilyn Monroe. Interesting. That guy's got a hell of a story. Jane Mansfield. I'm like, oh, okay. Bro, you gotta be Googling some weird stuff on this other monitor. I'm not gonna pull it up, but... All right, let's go back here. Has anyone bought that Enterprise yet? I don't know why I randomly thought of it. Has anyone bought this? Still 10 gems. 30% below the floor. Look at that. How's Big Bird doing? Kinda as I expected. Let me see. I don't know. A lot of people got hyped for Sesame Street. I mean, the SR's doing very well. You know, 150 gems. I did not know Big Bird was 6.5 years old. So he's 8'2". Big Bird is a compassionate 6.5-year-old yellow bird who loves to help friends and, you know, yada yada. But I did not know, one, that he was 8'2", and two, that he was 6.5 years old technically. I mean, look at Big Bird. What's that price done? Yeah, I mean, this thing was released less than a month ago. Tomorrow is going to be 2 days. It'll be exactly 1 month. Get down to 110 at one point, but I don't know. I'm not big on Big Bird. I remember watching like a little bit of Sesame Street, but nothing crazy. So 10 gems worth it versus all the new drops, right? Potentially. Enterprise, let's see here. How many mints are there on this? 8,888. I don't know why they picked 888, like all that. Did it come out in like 1998 or something? Or 1988? No, Enterprise and all that stuff didn't come out until the 90s, I believe. Or Next Generation, I should say, more specifically. It was like 91 when it came out. Potentially. That is one thing I want to be able to do on here, is look up the floor price. That's actually one reason why I actually do pull up. Oh, sorry for the huge thing either. That's one thing I do like about my NFT tracker a lot, is that I can put a cap, or how much. Dude, these ads are atrocious. Comics, that I can look up comics for, you know, below $3 or 3 gems, and I can just find them all here. I could type in 3, find them all here. And this is why I use multiple websites. There's no like one catch-all website, you know. But I do like this a lot. And if we look at like commons, what are some good collectibles under 10 gems right now? Release date. Let's go by floor price. Dude, these Boba Fett's. Yeah, these Boba Fett's. Let me pull up Boba Fett over here. What's the ultra rare going for right now? Jeez, I remember when this thing was 80 gems. I mean, ultra rare Boba Fett for 65. Floor is somewhat thin on those. I don't know what is up with these songs. I just put in lo-fi Christmas music, and some of these ones are kind of wild. Not a huge fan of all these, like, tons of Harley Quinns and stuff like that. Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, maybe? That is first appearance, technically. Loki, Peter Quill. Dude, who's the guy that bought, like, was it hundreds of Peter Quills? And they own, like, 5% of the supply, or, like, almost 10% at this point. I think Loki's a decent little pickup. First appearance. I really need to backtrack, because I do think the prices of a lot of this stuff could go up a lot in, like, the next 6 months. I definitely need to backtrack and look at a lot of the first appearance collectibles that I've, like, overlooked or thought about and kind of forgot. I probably need to start doing that on my, what's it called? My wish list. Sometimes I do reference my wish list occasionally. Like Doctor Doom. Like, what's Doctor Doom doing right now? Look him up. Going for 110. Doctor Doom. Gonna be a big villain. Likely gonna be the next villain. I mean, Kang is, you know, all that drama that happened with Kang. Like, they're gonna keep, from what I've heard, is they're gonna keep Kang as a villain, but not, obviously not the actor. He's fired. But they're gonna keep him in the background and then use him for Secret Wars and all that stuff. But the next, like, big Marvel arc in general sounds like it's gonna be Doctor Doom. So let's see what's Doom doing. Okay, a little bit of a... Ooh, he was going for 80 at one point. Now he's back up to 110. I wonder if this was... happened, like, during, like, the lawsuit. Not lawsuit, but the... Potentially. I don't know. Done the last year. You know what's kind of interesting is, like, the last year, he has stayed relatively flat. I mean, he was 130 a year ago. Right now he's 110. Yeah, it's gone down, but that's over the course of a year. Let's check out 2 years. All right, we'll kind of ignore that. Kind of wish I could see the last year and a half. Last year. I feel like it's actually impressive that if a collectible or a comic can stay flat for a year, especially during this bear market, probably going to do well. If they're staying flat. Relatively. Or going down a little bit. Gogo says, I wonder if people will notice Veve during the next bull market. I think so. I think there's enough people talking about Veve. If Omi does very well, I think there's going to be so many coins pumping. I think it might be hard for Veve to break, like, you know, top 50, top 10 coins or whatever. But I thought it got closer. It broke top 100 for a small period of time when Veve announced the season 0 rewards, right? Like it went from, what was it, like 0.5 or like 0.6 all the way up to like 5. What am I saying? 0005 something, or 0006 all the way up to 000 or 0012, right, or something like that. So I think that alone definitely got some people's attention, and now Omi's on the radar a bit. I feel like unless Veve pushes an absurd amount of, like, advertising, or licensors get on board and they start tweeting out about Veve, I feel like most advertising for Veve is going to go through Omi. People are like, what's this Omi thing? Okay, it's a token that's attached to this app that you can buy, Marvel and Disney. Okay, this seems kind of cool. And you look at it, you're like, oh, wow, this has been out for a long time, and they weathered the bear market, all that stuff. So it's possible. I'm not sure what Vive's plans are for advertising, but it seems like it's all just done through word of mouth and through the community, you know, retweet us or tag a friend or whatever. So there's been a couple celebrities or, like, well-known people, like, tweeting about Veve, or at least, like, openly saying that they collect on Veve. So that's always cool. But what we need is either big content creators with like hundreds of thousands or millions of subs to like start talking about Veve, kind of like Andre Jake we talked about earlier. Disney, Marvel gets on board. They actually start openly tweeting or start openly talking about Veve NFTs. Yeah, we need something along those lines. Or it just kind of happens organically through Omi. And Omi starts pumping and people look into the token, they see the project, and then they get invested or involved that way. So that's my take. So I think so, but it's something's gotta land. What was I doing? I was looking up something. Oh yeah, we're looking at the cheap. I mean to make a video on this too, on cheap collectibles. I feel like it's so easy for people to talk about this stuff, right? Biggest collectibles, highest market cap, buy Todd, buy Superman, buy Miles, buy R2D2, buy Vader. Like, it's like, okay, but not everyone has $300-400 to throw into the app, hundreds of dollars to throw into the app. Like, if you're trying to convince your friend who, works, has like a normal like 9 to 5 and enjoys collecting but doesn't have like a ton of money, it's like, hey, buy this first appearance Todd for $800. They're gonna be like, bro, what? You want to do what? But if you can get them on the app and show them things like Deadpool and other collectibles, skip that song. Other collectibles like Boba Fett, maybe Finn Mertens, maybe they know this, Loki, like that kind of stuff. Especially stuff that presents well in AR. That's another video I wanted to do, is like find collectibles that present like really well in AR. Some look better than others, right? Some either just look a bit off, or maybe just the coloring and shading just doesn't seem to fit in with like a lot of stuff you do AR with. Like I wouldn't recommend Maleficent, as like a collectible. Like, if someone loves like Disney, like so be it, but I do think there are some collectibles that are sub 10 gems right now that are very high detail and that look very, very well in AR. Best cheap collectibles, FAs, Thor, Deadpool, Black Panther, and Boba. Exactly. All those are fantastic. And all of them have, big fandoms behind it, right? Like everyone loves those characters. I feel like you'd be hard pressed to find someone on the street, even though three or four of that list are Marvel, right? But like I think T-Rex, hands down, I think the one that presents the best in AR is the T-Rex, like the attack ready one. It's like this like roaring animation. You could put a T-Rex anywhere, in a parking lot, in the middle of like a busy like festival or anywhere, and it looks like cool. It's like you can put a T-Rex anywhere and it doesn't like look out of place, and it just looks awesome. On a hiking trip or whatever you're doing, middle of downtown, put a little mini T-Rex, like you're riding the subway or whatever, little mini T-Rex. So I do think T-Rex is probably number one in my opinion. Some people might not like the Marvel Mighty like look, for the most part. Yeah, but there's a lot of like really cool collectibles, and some of these are getting really cheap now. Like there's actually, wow, there's not that many pages of collectibles that are under 10 gems right now. Or you know what, those are common. Okay, yeah, if we expand it to all collectibles and not just the common ones, yeah, it definitely goes out much further. I think it's like Rewind Collective Heart thing looks kind of cool. I know it's gonna look cool in the Veve verse. Lightsabers could also be a move if Veveverse really pops off. I do think things that you can actually hold and handle or attach to your person could do well. That's actually part of the reason why I have... That's actually part of the reason why I have this on my wish list. See if it'll show. The Thor hammer. I do feel like there might be a chance that you could actually take it off the base and hold it or put it in your inventory or whatever. I think there's a small chance. Not impossible, but if we have lightsabers, I don't think it'd be that hard to have it where you can like take it off the stand. Jetpack, I don't know about that. Looks cool. I just don't see it like being you interacting with it and flying and all that stuff. It'd be cool. Oh, dude, some of these Batman ones look cool. You know, they're not your typical Batmans, but some of them look really cool. Like there's some pretty cool collectibles for under 10 gems, and this is kind of what I mean. Like, if you're trying to convince people to get on Veve, and all you're suggesting are ones that, I mean, if they have a lot of money, so be it, whatever. But like when I got my friend to Veve at work, like I wasn't trying to pitch him. First of all, I was pitching comics because he likes comics a lot, but I was pitching him more the cover variants. And there's a lot of cool, you know, rare and ultra rare covers, and stuff like that on Veve. And, you know, sometimes those are cheap, anywhere between like 5 to, you know, like 10 or 15 bucks. It just depends on like which ultra rare, you know, rare ultra rare covers you're talking about. But you like the classic covers too. You know, it's not every day you can buy a, you know, Amazing Fantasy 15. I mean, that one's hundreds of dollars, but he did buy, I think it was like a Spider-Man #1, the Todd McFarlane cover one. I think the fish would look cool. Having the fish swim around. I think the animated ones too. That's another big one. That's really cool for collectibles under 10 gems. It's like if you can do the video, or you can have a fish, in this case, like fly around or swim around. That'd be really cool. I'm hoping the release of Apple Vision Pro will give attention to Veve collectibles. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, if that happens, you know, obviously we have to be integrated with whatever the Apple Vision Pro. Either Apple Vision Pro is going to show the collectibles, or we mentioned that, hey, the Veveverse now is integrated, or now we're available on the Apple Vision Pro. So, which makes sense because not everyone's willing to pay thousands of dollars for the Apple Vision Pro, right? But the people that do buy it do have expendable income, right? And more than likely going to be either whales or people that like collecting or technology or whatever it is. So yeah, there's some cool collectibles for under 10 gems. Ecto 1. I do think some of the vehicles, the animated, and some of the other ones are going to be cool. You know, Deadpool, all that cool stuff. So all right, let me look at something here. Is there really anything you guys want me to pull up or look at? Not necessarily. Jim Lee Batman version 3, man. You know what? I've actually been watching some Jim Lee videos recently of him actually drawing. I don't know if you guys didn't know this, but like Jim Lee actually, I don't know if he still has one, but I know he has like a Twitch channel, but also a YouTube channel where he like live streams himself drawing. He drew one. He like did a drawing like Wolverine and stuff like within like an hour, and it was like perfect. It's just insane how quickly he can like sketch up that stuff. Another cool collectible. I mean, FA Batgirl, 7 gems. You know, so not a huge Batgirl fan, but I mean, it's the first appearance of a DC character, so why not? Doc Ock, first appearance. Yeah, there's a decent amount of first appearances for cheap. At first, I wasn't a huge fan of like collectibles having 5 variants, right? Like the common through secret rare. I felt like that did take away some of the value from like the ultra rare and secret rare, because people are like, oh, I love Thor, but I could always buy the common for 5-6 gems, right? Like I don't need to buy the one. But when you have some collectibles like Miles, right? There's 3 of them, but it's so scarce. People are like, all right, if I like Miles, I'm gonna have to fork up, you know, the few $100 or whatever to pay for it. Because how much are Miles now? What's the rare one at? Yeah, like even the rare is 400 gems right now. So if you like Miles, you have to have at least 400 gems. So I could have sworn that rare Miles was like 250 or something like that not long ago. Maybe I'm misremembering. Okay, like 300. Okay. Maybe not 250, but he was definitely in the 300s. Low 300s, high 200s. But yeah, he's gone up almost 50% since that time ago. Are any of you guys playing the Coca-Cola vending machine? Or the Hellfire Gala? Some of these, gosh, these drops are like a long time out. It's interesting, you guys notice that Veve's also been announcing some drops like over a week in advance. I'm not against the idea. I think it's okay to have some drops be announced, you know, a bit further in advance, but there's also some collectibles I would like to have be announced like a little bit closer to the date so people can kind of get hyped and all that stuff. It always seems like the ones that are announced like super far in advance, it's almost like people are prepared, or like, I don't know, it's like they have more time to think, and typically those drops don't do too well. I might throw 20 bucks at the vending machine drop, but I'm more than likely just going to go for the 1950s one. I think that one looks the best in my opinion. Maybe the 1960s, but 1950s one I do like a lot. Spider-Man number 2. I don't know how I feel about that that comic personally. Rare looks kind of cool. Back here. Price still down 31%. I might have to mess around with Stacker a bit more on these listings. It's actually kind of nice. You can organize it this way pretty quick. I'm actually curious to see if this is showing the same information. 24-hour trend. Biggest loss. Interesting. This one shows something a bit different. Oh, did someone mislist an Avengers 1? No way, right? Hello? Dark Avengers, Avengers 1, Avengers 1. Yeah, I think someone might have mislisted. Was it 338.5? There might have been a chance someone mislisted one for 38.5 gems, because it says here it's down 91%. That, or maybe the website's just messed up, because there's no way all these Avengers 1s are all listed like 90% off. I feel like someone just might have just accidentally listed them, or maybe the NFT tracker like API or just something's weird. None of these are like really heavily undercut. Oh well. Yeah, this is showing something different. Yeah, it does have this one down 31%, but it's, I don't know, for some reason Stacker is, maybe because they sold already. Maybe people are just flooring stuff for Christmas for fun. Like Eternal Winter, is that one? 59. Going for 59. I guess people are just flooring it really hard. Yeah, it has some of these collectibles, but not all of them. So maybe it is good to kind of switch back and forth between my NFT tracker and Stacker. Get a good idea, because sometimes some information might be missing from one or the other. Let's see War Machine. Still going for 8 gems. Yeah. 8.5 gems. Yeah, I guess it's just down a lot from where it was not too long ago. Cool. All right, probably get off here in a few minutes, guys, unless you guys have anything you guys want me to like look up or check out, anything like that. Glad to be back and streaming and hanging out again. Work was honestly just ridiculously crazy, and I was dealing with other stuff too this last month, but now that it's kind of loosened up a bit, definitely do more Veve stuff and live streams. Not sure why the uncommon color here is here. Uncommon. Not sure why the color for the uncommon and the rare are the same color. Uncommon should be like a green, right? I'm not sure why it's blue. Yeah, because we've been streaming for almost 2 hours at this point. Kind of surprised. A little over, probably an hour 40 minutes. Really, Elsa's down to 140? For a Traceman, I guess. Yeah. Supergirl. Where is Supergirl is one. More specifically this one, Frank Cho. Very interesting. I do like that one. Wonder what the pricing on this one has done recently. Yeah, it's been below 20 multiple times, down to like 18. Been down to 16 at one point. Yeah, this thing can go pretty low. So look at the golden moments really quick. Probably look at a couple other things, then call it a stream. But there's definitely some discounts today. If you guys are trying to buy some stuff. Or sell too. You know, if you see something pump, maybe you can undercut it, sell some stuff, free up some room or some liquidity for other things. Like what's up right now? I think a lot of this stuff is just super thin floor. Like there's only 3 listings for this X-Men Alpha, so I'm gonna get rid of the comics. I feel like those are hard to figure out. Mulan, there's only 7 listed. Orc Cube, interesting, wow. Apparently this was going for like 8 gems, now it's up to 35. Interesting how one Star Trek drop goes up and the other one goes down, and they're both from the same set. DeLorean went up quite a bit. There's quite a few things. Grey Hulk, okay, made a move. I will say that. Wow, Grey Hulk. Yeah, Grey Hulk was going for... Let's look up Grey Hulk on this, because we can't see if it actually sold on my NFT tracker, but on here we can. The Coming of the Hulk. That's weird phrasing, but okay. Yeah. Jeez. Floor price. Who's this? Babcock 22. Someone bought. Okay, so 8 days ago, Babcock was buying for 69, 69, 69, 65, 65. And then yesterday, he bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Okay, and that's not all him. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He's bought 13 of these in the basically the last like week. That is crazy. No wonder the price kind of moved. Yeah, dude, geez, this thing was going for 40 gems at one point a couple weeks ago. It's up to 87. That is really low for Hulk. I don't know. Maybe you guys think this one's going to go in second place behind Green Hulk? I think Green Hulk is going to be the highest, but this one could do well too. It's not FA. Someone definitely made a move on this. Or a couple people, it looks like. Because that supply went from like 29 listed. Obviously, people are relisting now to, whoops, to undercut. I might undercut myself. I like Hulk, don't get me wrong, but I'm not in love with Hulk by any means. So I think that was kind of an interesting pick. I would have easily overlooked that. And that's kind of the thing too. It's like, it's hard. You don't want to just look at like the biggest gainers and losers, right? Because sometimes there's actually a really good one that just sold. So anyway, thank you everyone for being here. I'm glad to be back and doing some stuff again. But definitely make more content. More announcements will be happening. But I hope you guys have a fantastic holidays. It's a very small chance I'll stream tomorrow, but very unlikely. Depends if I get back doing all the stuff I need to do. But this week I'll definitely stream more, do some more content. So hope you guys take care. Double and triple check all of your listings so you don't screw yourself over.